down here below with Wade Farr, he's talking about Logan Smothers. Why not use Logan Smothers like North Dakota did with their 2 QBs, and they did that a few times. But let me ask you guys this: what if Nebraska started trotting Smothers out there and they did run a little bit more triple option, trying to throw him off a little bit? And I don't know, maybe that could be sort of a wrinkle or a package that they're trying to get going. For sure. I think that could certainly be something. Part of it almost feels like they're on purpose. I know it's going to sound, probably not the brightest thing I've said, but it sounds to me like they're trying to sort of hide the game plan going into, Oklahoma. They don't want, the season pretty much comes to the Oklahoma game, right? Because of that buyout looming after that. I think that's kind of what I feel like. And that's just the realistic side of it, right? I think from a positivity standpoint, again, you're able to come in here, you get a win, you pull away, you create that separation that you want. It wasn't a one possession win. So that's at least good, right? They come in and they win 38-17. And in the fourth quarter, they really figured some stuff out. Now going forward, you can't do that. Okay. Again, you cannot sort of jump into these games and do that, right? Because you're going to be playing a lot better teams compared to North Dakota and the Fighting Hawks. Let's see here. Chad Shepard, he also says, yet another comment here. He says, I think the O-line got better as the game went on. Yeah, I certainly think so too. Probably the one thing, and I wrote this down too here, was, part of it is, they had some penalties, in certain, I think, second and third downs that were pretty big, for false starts and everything like that. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I think they definitely got better as the game went on, and especially in the run game, they started really doing a lot better job at pretty much going downhill and putting a man on a man. In the first half, it seemed like they were letting a lot of guys through, and it was just they were getting stuffed in the backfield. And North Dakota, they didn't do a great job at tackling, and I think part of that's just because Anthony Grant is a beast. He's a bell cow back there, and I'm 6'2", 290, right? I'd like to think I'm a big old guy, right? But I would struggle to tackle that guy, right? I don't think I would be able to tackle him. To be fair with you, right? Probably tear an ACL running on the field. But yeah, North Dakota did a good job, though, I'll say this, at gang tackling, as the game went on, and Nebraska just did a better job at wearing them down as the game went on, right? Let's see here. NCAA playoff. Well, where is Chubba? That's a great question. Right now, from what we've seen in the first couple of games, it looks like Chubba Purdy has been nowhere to be seen, right? It's the only two quarterbacks that I've seen, and I'm sure you guys will say the same thing, has been Casey Thompson and then Logan Smothers. But I think part of the reason why they're trying to do that is, Smothers' athleticism is, it's that next level, right? Smothers' athleticism is in that, that next level that you kind of want, right? And that kind of brings up a great point here, by Zach Robinson again. He said, I wonder why they don't use Smothers as a back sometimes. Dude is as athletic as hell, plus he could throw some wrinkles in it. Yeah, I mean, you can certainly go in there and, as a back, and I'm assuming he's probably meaning like a running back. Yeah, you could absolutely do that, kind of like North Dakota did. Their quarterback, like I said, I mean, he kind of did certain things in the game, kind of gave that interesting wrinkle. I think Smothers could definitely come in and sort of do some sort of Julian Edelman like roles, right? You remember, he played, I think Edelman played at Kent State as a wide receiver, or as a quarterback. Then he got drafted as a wide receiver. If you could do some of those things, some quick screen pass, double passes with Smothers, that would be great. I don't know if you'd really want to do that against your FCS opponents. Like you said, getting him involved in some ways would definitely be a lot better here. Let's go over here to Eric Green. We need to get back to the old style, run the ball and mix in some pass and quarterback keepers. I definitely agree with you, right? I think Casey Thompson is, the easy comparison would be to say he's a less athletic version of Adrian Martinez, right? But he's got a better arm. No questions about that. He's accurate as all get out. There was certain times in, when Adrian Martinez was playing, it was really tough with his, with his arm out there, right? And when the game started coming down to that, it was really difficult. I think we're in a lot better position with Casey Thompson. I think, and I'll say this, and then I'm going to kind of circle back to answering that. I think it's one of those things where it's really difficult, for Casey Thompson, um, just because he's going to have to try to sort of do certain things, right? Like he doesn't want to get hurt, almost is what it looks like when I see him. He just wants to hand the ball off, and every once in a while he'll keep it. He'll keep it up there, but he's got sort of like a point guard, or like in basketball, you know what I mean? Where some certain times, certain basketball players, they have those tendencies to get hot or cold, just depending on the game. And I could almost see that, um, where he just kind of goes like he'll be super accurate, boom, 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 and then he kind of starts dropping off. But in this game, you know, what I saw was, and we'll kind of jump back over here for a second, but what I saw in the game was, he was 14 to 21. So he only missed on really 7 passes. So he was pretty accurate for the most part. One of those misses was an interception. I don't think he really got a chance to throw on that fumble, obviously, but he did okay. I mean, for what he was trying to do, I think he did okay.